Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Good News, live at 9 on Facebook and available later on our YouTube channel. Please be sure to comment in the chat. This is a presentation of the Allen Park Presbyterian Church, and it's 9 a.m. Friday, August 26, 2022. I'm Suzan Maxey. I'm an elder at APPC, and my co-host is Kerri Van.
Man, woo! Yes, I am a deacon. Not that there's a competition, and right, Sue. And I work at the church, and I have for a long time. Good morning. It's so great to see you all today. August 26th, Sue. What is going on with summer?
It's just about gone, isn't it?
Yes. But we got to come up with another way to describe it because it makes me way too sad.
Yeah.
Way too sad. But summer, we still have 30 days of summer left, so let's not be crazy, right?
This is true. This is officially, yes. But I mean, some schools have already started, and next week for sure schools will be starting. And I always like fall, because school was starting and it was cooling off because I'm not too keen on the heat. And my birthday's in the fall too, so I just love fall.
Yes, I think that's one of the advantages of Michigan is having the 4 seasons, and fall is beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
So good morning to some of our friends who are watching: Joan Riggs, Barry and Margot, Judy Martin, Bob Ando, Amy Bowerman, Sandy Sauerbeck. Good morning to all. Hopefully that's everyone. I'm not sure if I see everyone, so I probably am not saying good morning to someone, and I do apologize for that. So what's been going on, Sue? What is going on around town and at the church?
Well, the choir's going to be singing in worship on Sunday. Can't wait to hear what they've come up with.
Oh, they sounded so beautiful last time. I'm excited.
Yep. Sunday school is coming back this fall, so stay tuned for all the details, but it's coming back.
Yes, absolutely. It's been a long time, and I know a lot of people have been excited about Sunday school coming back. So a lot of things are opening back up finally. Yep. A long 2 years, right?
Hopefully a little bit closer to normalcy. That would be great.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Norma Bentley and I, Norma has scheduled Grief Share. That's getting ready to start. September 15 is loss of a spouse. Then we go into our 13-week grief support group. And somewhere along the line in November, we have Surviving the Holidays. So all of that is available on the Grief Share website, which is griefshare.org. So please, if you're interested or you know someone who needs a little help getting through their grief journey, please send them our way.
We would like to thank Reverend Dr. Jim Monett for preaching last Sunday. It's an awesome sermon, and children's time, he was a delight. He was fun and inspiring, and
yes,
thank him for coming.
A lot of the things that he has done is close to my heart. Mission trips, working with youth. I loved his analogies. It was really nice. I'm so glad that we had an opportunity to have that guest. That's very, very nice.
And then preaching this Sunday will be the Reverend Dr. Keith Provo.
Yes, our very own Reverend Dr. Keith Provo.
Yep, get it right, yes. Reverend Doctor.
Reverend Doctor. Keith is the one who taught me that. He said, you're always a doctor. So that sticks with your name. So that helped me through a lot of bulletins, I'll tell you.
But Reverend's more important, apparently. First.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he just said, well, if you're a doctor, you're always a doctor. So the doctor stays with your name. Dr. Tom, Dr. Keith, Dr. Phil. So that's how I always remember it. Yeah, Amy said appreciated his shout out to the band. I noticed that too, Amy. He said he was excited because there was a drum kit in the sanctuary. I was like, dang it, why couldn't the band have been playing that week? I'm sure Amy's sad about summer getting over, because that means they'll be getting back to band practice probably. And just like all of us, fall starts, your calendar starts getting busy. Tick, 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 right?
Yep. And that they start closing up the cottages and coming home from the lake.
Yes, absolutely. I've been sharing some free events, and not free events, but events that are going on in Allen Park. On our Facebook group, I shared a car wash that's at Liberati's. It benefits the volleyball team. And then Downriver Butterflies is a great group. And they are having an event that they've had before in our south parking lot. And that's on Sunday, September 11th from 1 to 3. It's all free. There's things, what did I write down? It's a plant swap, exchange and giveaway, perennials, bulbs, tubers. I have no idea what a tuber is. Sounds crazy. House plants, annuals, veggies, stuff like that. So if you're into gardening and you want to get some new things and share some of your bounty, that would be a fun way of doing it.
And speaking of sharing your bounty, the annual Presbyterian Women Craft Fair is coming up November 12th. I know November sounds like a long way off, but it'll be here lickety split before we realize it.
Absolutely.
Every year we ask for baked goods, if people could donate baked goods for our bake sale. But if you don't bake, you can do something crafty, some homemade item. We will be accepting those kind of donations this year too. So we're trying to give you some time to get busy. So November's going to be here soon.
Yes, and I just shared that event yesterday, Sue, and we've had 88 people respond, and it's been seen by over 4,500 people already.
Wow.
So yes, people love the event. It's a great annual event. It's well known, and people have been contacting me about tables. If you want to rent a booth, it's Elaine Doran that you need to get a hold of. So if you need her email address, just let me know. And Sue, aren't you in charge of the other half of it?
Well, my circle has done the cafe for many years, and we try to get our act together every year, but those sandwiches are so popular that we seem to sell out. It's like, and we keep adding every year, but it's like, wow, the chicken salad croissants are just super popular. So you got to come early if you want to get one for sure.
Yes, there you go. Okay, well, everybody probably thinks that we're just babbling today, because we are. We have a lot to babble about. That's what we do. But we have a very exciting guest today. And I love the way you wrote it. This person is a wife, a mom, a teacher, and a ruling elder on our session. She's a woman who wears many hats and grew up at APPC. And she kind of has like a different name thing going on. But we're talking about Alex Cervantes. And you may know her as Allie Harkins. However you know her, she's a wonderful person. Should we get her in?
I think that would be a great idea.
Let's do it. Hi, Alex.
Hey.
Thank you for jumping in the waiting room early. That always makes our hearts happy.
Oh, yeah. Less stress.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure.
We're always trying to be normal. We're like, oh, are they getting into the waiting room? So how are you today? Did you hear how we announced you? It was so cute.
No, I didn't.
We announced you as a wife, a mother, a teacher, a ruling elder on the session, and a woman who wears many hats and grew up at APPC.
Yay. Yeah, that's perfect. That's that. I mean, that sums it up, right? Like that does it.
Yep, that pretty much does it. So you probably are feeling that same end of summer stress that we are, gearing up for everything.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see behind me, I'm in my classroom. It kind of worked out that you guys asked me to Zoom, and I had already arranged childcare to be in my room, so it was perfect. So yeah, I mean, at the end of summer is always a busy time. Classless, and I mean, that's kind of my end of summer, right? It's different than other people's, because other people are like back to school shopping and getting the kids back on a routine, and I'm the behind the scenes, like what it takes to get that back to school season going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true because and your daughter is not of school age yet, right?
No, so she's only 2, and she is actually having a harder time with it than I think I thought she would, because I've been home with her most of the summer, and so she's got to get back in the routine of going back to grandma and grandpa's. But yeah, she's not school age yet, so it's a little easier for her.
Right, right. You don't have to worry about that part of it. But how is
With grandma and grandpa or your mom, right?
Yep. So she stays with Mimi, which is my mom, and then grandma and grandpa, which is my mother and father-in-law.
great? That
That's
works
great.
out really nice then. And
Oh my
and you teach locally, so that's great. Probably same schools that you grew up in, and that's also wonderful.
Yeah, it is actually really exciting. Now I have kids of people that I went to high school with. So like I go through my class list and I'm like, oh, I know that last name. Oh, I know that last name. Because they graduated with me. So that's actually really cool, is to see the people that I went to school with, grow up and become parents, and they trust me now that I went to high school with them. They trust me with their kids. So that's
Yeah,
cool too.
that's so cool.
Circle of life.
Right. So
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was last season or the season before, but you were asked and ordained and you serve as a ruling elder. I was wondering how you felt that experience has been for you. I mean, wow, you're on the session, and I mean, we remember you when you were in what, Bones? Was it Bones? Was it?
Oh, yes. I was trying to find a picture of that this morning. I couldn't find it.
She couldn't find one. She tried. She really did. So we remember you through youth group and camp and everything else. So now you're on the session. So tell us, how do you feel about that?
Um, I feel like it was a big responsibility. Just to be trusted to make decisions about the church. And it was a great way to stay connected. I started, as I came back as an adult and joined the choir, and I felt really great about that, and I loved participating in that. And then COVID hit, and we couldn't do choir anymore, and that's when they reached out and asked me to join the session. And I think it was a great way for me to still be involved in the church, in a time where we weren't necessarily all together. Technology's made it such that Zoom meetings are really convenient, and we're all, 1 second. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, I agree with you. I'm a huge fan. I know a lot of people want to get back to in-person meetings, but I absolutely love Zoom meetings because you're home.
Yeah.
So much easier.
Okay, so it works out perfectly. I am home. I can help with bedtime. I can still be there and do all the parent things that I need to do at the end of the night, and then still hop on and participate. And those Zoom meetings make it so easy for me, millennials, young people, young parents, to participate when it just makes it so convenient. It's the only way that I think I can still participate on the session. Like, it truly makes the difference. And so I do love Zoom meetings. I do.
Yes, I do too. I do too.
Obviously, we're on one right now.
Right. I do too. Norma and I have found the same thing with Grief Share, because it takes a lot of energy when you're going through grief to like get dressed and come to a place. And we have people from all over who can join us. So, I mean, I love it. So I'm just glad that worked out, because we never even thought about having meetings online before the pandemic. I mean, this technology's been around forever. So it has definitely opened up. And I mean, maybe someday when people insist upon in-person meetings, there'll be a way to have hybrid meetings so that people can participate. So,
Yeah.
if we can do this, we can do anything, right?
Oh yeah.
Hi, Ken Woods. Happy Friday to you too. Barry and Margot said, or it's Margot, my friend in Colorado was able to participate in Surviving the Holidays, which is a grief share class, because it was done on Zoom. So yeah, I love it because I love technology. I might not be your age, but I'm definitely a technology hound. I love technology. I love bells and whistles and
Me
cool
too. And
things.
I'm not either of your ages. But
Yeah, Sue's great to work with because she's a graphic designer. I'll be like, I need a graphic for the craft fair. She's like, here you go. I'm like, wow.
That's awesome.
Right.
well, I hear your daughter made an announcement this week that she was going to be a ballerina.
Yeah, she was going to be a ballerina. And so we've been practicing with her to try and get her to say it because she doesn't really understand it yet, but she's going to be a big sister.
Hey, congratulations, Alex.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yay! Oh my goodness. You guys just threw that in with the ballerina. What an announcement. Yay.
Oh, it was so cute. Catalina said, I'm going to be a ballerina. And Alex said, and what else? You're
We're
going to be a
trying
big
to get her to
Oh,
say,
yeah, but I'm going to be a ballerina.
Oh,
So cute.
so instead of saying I'm going to be a big sister, she's just telling everyone, oh my gosh, that's the cutest story ever. Aw. Well, congratulations. When is your baby due?
thank you. Baby number 2 is due March 27th. So that's the first day of spring break. So I'm hoping I just make it, make it through.
Oh, great. That'll be fun. Well, you should be close enough. So, oh, how fun. Your family must be excited. Barry and Margot said, congratulations. I put a bunch of hearts in the chat. That was me. Great. So it's going to be an exciting 9 months here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's going to fly. I can't even believe. Yeah. It's going to be go so fast.
Yeah. There's a lot of emotions. Norma said, congratulations, Allie.
Thank
How
you.
wonderful. It's really frightening to have a second child because you love the first one so much. And it's like, how can this ever work out? But I tell you, it does. It does.
And I think that's the phase where I'm, your emotions are like a roller coaster, right? And so I'm currently in the oh my God, I can't believe, what did we just do?
Right.
I'm slowly coming out of it.
Yeah. It's really, it's a hard thing to like fathom because you love your child so much, you just can't imagine it. But I'm telling you, it works out. I mean, there's some bumps, but it works out. And all of a sudden you just have this heart that can love, I mean, I love kids that aren't even my own, like they're my own. I always call my fake kids, like I have my own and then I have my fake kids and then I have my youth group kids. Definitely works out. So Barry and Margot wanted to know what grade that you teach, Alex.
I teach second grade. This is my 5th year teaching second grade. I've taught kindergarten. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I haven't. That was a slip up. I've taught 2nd through 5th. I've taught 2nd through 5th grade. And 2nd grade is, I feel like my home. I really enjoy it. They want to be independent, and we're building those skills, and they learn so much, and you get to see this like crazy growth from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And that I think is like something that you don't see really in upper L, like in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. And so that's, I mean, it's a really amazing thing to be a part of that journey with them. So cool. So 2nd grade, it's the best.
Yeah, it's definitely a great age group. I can't believe you've been teaching for 5 years. I remember when you were looking for a job and you found one like at this very time, like right in Allen Park. It was like a miracle.
So I got hired. They called me. So I have actually been teaching for 7 years, and Allen Park called on the day of the meet the teacher at my other district. So I'd already met my other kids. My classroom was already set up, and they came in and they hired me. And so the day of my rehearsal dinner, so the day of my rehearsal dinner, all of this family came, emptied out my previous classroom, moved it into my this classroom that I'm currently in, and then I had my rehearsal dinner that night. I got married the next day, and
what a week!
And Woke up the morning after my wedding and wrote 2 weeks of subplans for my previous district, and then came into my classroom and set up. And then I had school on Tuesday.
Oh my, I didn't even hear that part of the story. So all the people that came to your rehearsal, we have like a little side project to do before we get to rehearsing.
Yeah. No one knew that they were coming also to help be movers.
Oh, wow.
And so it was just kind of like this last minute, like, anyone who's available. Like, so I had people, my aunt and uncle from Georgia. I had people from Texas that I had just met for the very first time. Like just coming and like putting stuff into boxes, emptying out my library, and just like shoving it into a classroom for me to figure out in a day and a half, like how I was going to set up my room.
Oh my, wow.
No stress on you that week. No.
Yeah, Margot
No,
said,
I didn't cry at all. Like there was no tears. It was so easy. It was great.
yeah, Margot said was thinking the same thing as I'm. Honeymoon ? Did you get a honeymoon or did you have to wait?
We never got a honeymoon. We ended up we took a baby moon. So like right before I gave birth to Catalina, we went and took a vacation up north in Petoskey. And so that was kind of our compromise.
So you're gonna have to have a big Disney trip in the future, right? Couple years down the road, couple years, take the kids, or I don't know, get the parents to keep the kids. And I know that's hard. They have to be older probably.
It's very hard. It was very hard.
Yeah. Wow. I did not know that story had all of that. That is a great story. Wow. Yeah, you had to have been a bit stressed. And then you had a whole new last name, and we confuse your name enough as it is.
Yeah.
We just can't stop calling you Allie, and you're trying to be a grown-up and use your regular name, which is Alexandra, and you go by Alex. And we just can't stop calling you Allie because you grew up in the church. And
yeah. Oh, and you know what? Like my husband refuses to call me Alex because he's known me we've been together for like 12 years. So it's been Allie, and he refuses to call me Alex. So, Allie, Alex, it's just kind of interchangeable at this point.
Good. Well, that's kind of cute to know. And then we don't feel so bad.
Oh,
definitely, yeah. Definitely we don't feel so bad. All right.
Does anyone call you Alexandra?
No one. There's not a single person that calls me
mom, eh?
Not even your mom when she's mad at you?
No. And like, even growing up when she was mad, it was never Alexandra. My dad used to introduce me as Alexandra, like to new people when I was little, but no, not really.
In case you don't know, her mom is Cheryl Harkins.
Cheryl Herman.
I mean, Cheryl Herman. I'm sorry, that's your dad's name. Cheryl Herman. So Cheryl Herman is Allie's mom, Alex's mom. So she's also been a great longtime member of our church too. So
and she was a guest on here.
Yes, she was.
Mom and Dad were members when you were born, right? So you really were born into the church, right?
Yeah, my parents were actually married in the church, like married at the church. Their wedding photos are very similar to mine and my husband's. And then with that, like, the green behind the cross. And I was baptized there. My husband and I haven't baptized Catalina yet, but my husband got to choose to be baptized when he was little, and he really liked that. And like that was a choice that he made, and I thought that was really cool. Not saying that I didn't like being baptized as a baby, but I think giving her a choice is important. It's something she chooses for herself. So I think that's a lot
of kids go through confirmation and make that decision. I know my son did that. My son that's probably was in your class, Alex. And he did the same thing. He made that decision after confirmation. So it's definitely doable for sure. And it has been a little hard with the way society's been since the pandemic to, just think about things the way they used to be. You kind of got to open up your mind a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I called your mom by the wrong last name. I hope she's probably watching and thinking, Kerri, what the heck?
And we had her as a guest not too long ago.
Well, I've known her for a long time too. So I've been at the church for like 20 years. So definitely know a lot of people. So sorry about that. So wow.
So is Catalina with Mimi today or Grandma and Grandpa?
Mimi is actually on vacation this week, getting ready to restart her babysitting duties in a week. But Catalina's with Grandma and Grandpa today, and she didn't give me a hard time because we've started this new thing where she just says, stay home with Mama. And that breaks my heart. But so she was ready to go to Grandma and Grandpa's today. Thank goodness.
All right, good. Oh, that's helpful. Because yeah, that they're still so little and it's hard. And it's hard to do it all, but somehow we do it. I know we're just strong women, right? Strong women.
Well,
Strong women raising strong women.
It's very fortunate that you have in-laws and your mom that can sit for you, that, you know, it's family that can caretake for you. That's awesome.
Oh, I am so grateful. I mean, for the amount of support that I have in raising my children. Like, parenting is extremely hard, and I have it, I think, I hate to say easy, but parenting is extremely hard, and I have it easy. I have in-laws that would, you know, do anything for her. Hands at the drop of a hat. Like, I forgot I had a doctor's appointment, and I was like, oh God, can you watch Catalina? And they were like, sure, bring her over. Like, you know, the village I have is amazing, and I can't do any of the stuff that I do without them. Like, I couldn't be here and setting up my room if I didn't have them. So absolutely.
No, I agree.
Yeah, the rest of APPC too. I hope you realize that. That was my village, because I didn't have family. So
yeah,
we're all there for you, Alex.
yeah, Sue's right. She did not have a village, and the church has been her village.
Oh, absolutely.
I remember when I had my first child, I didn't live by family. I had a really like high quality advertising job at an agency, and they did not care about kids, and you had to be there, and you had to work late, and I did it for 18 months. I thought I was going to lose my mind, and eventually quit that job, and you know, eventually moved and got the job at the church, which was fantastic for having a family. I never missed anything. I never missed a field trip, anything.
And I have, you know, I'm very lucky that the career I chose is I get every holiday off. I get summers off. I have weekends off. It is a very like family friendly job. So it is, you know, super helpful to have a work environment that, you know, allows you that kind of ability to be at home and be with family for sure.
Yes, I agree. And I find it very commendable that, you know, that you went on the session. I mean, I didn't realize that your daughter was still so young. So, I mean, it was a really big leap of faith to do something like that. And it's like, as a church, we love to have young people get involved. It's the future. And you just can't have the same people all the time. We need new ideas, different generations. And really, really commendable that you did that. It's really wonderful to have you there.
Shout out to my husband, like, who, I mean, is an amazing father. And like, I talked to him about it. I was like, hey, what do you think? And he was like, yeah, whatever. Like, that's kind of what he says to all of my, you know, projects, ideas. He's like, sure, whatever you want. And then, you know, he's like, you know, my partner. He picks up where I leave off. And so shout out to him, because I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't be on session without, you know,
exactly.
him.
Right.
What's his name? Shout out his name.
Oh, Larry Cervantes. That's my shout out.
All right. Hey, Larry.
Hey, Larry.
Yes. We have seen him because you always donate your cornhole balls for your games for our events. So they're always there, and we appreciate that. People do.
Oh yeah, he's the muscle. He's the, you know.
Yeah, those are quite heavy. So just saying, I've moved them myself or tried to. So that's wonderful.
You're so inspirational, and as a teacher, I know you're teaching little minds, and I love that you like second grade. That's great. So thank you very much for being our guest today. And
a comment from Norma Bentley. Alex, thank you for being the guest speaker this morning, and especially thank you for being a teacher. Teachers rock. I am proud that I also raised one. So that's Karen. All right, so
We have a scripture today that I think is pretty apropos. It's
Oh, cool.
first, if I can say it, 1 Thessalonians 5:11, which is, therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. So yes, we know you're doing that, Allie. So Alex, oh, see, I slipped back into Allie myself. Sorry.
It's okay.
So,
It's okay.
all right.
Yeah,
So
that's a bit.
we're gonna let Alex get back to
yes,
working on her classroom, and I
get the room together.
appreciate her giving up this time that's so valuable at this point in time. School's gonna be starting. We have a guest next week. Who do we have, Sue?
We have Robin Allen next week.
I can't wait to talk to my friend Robin Allen. She is gonna be fun. I cannot wait. Please join us
she
next
lives in
week.
North Carolina, so that's why we can talk to her, because of this Zoom. So that's awesome. So yeah,
Absolutely. If you'd like to be a guest, we're open to all guests. We love interviewing people. We love talking about what's going on around our city and supporting each other. So if you want to be a guest, just let us know.
Yep.
All right. And remember, you are a beloved child of God. Allie knows that. She grew up in this church. God loves you, and so do we.
yes.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.